You wake up at 3 a.m., jolted from a restless slumber. The quiet of the night is deafening, interrupted only by the frantic thumping of your heart, echoing a steady rhythm of dread. You lie still, staring at the ceiling, each shadow morphing into the weight of unpaid bills, looming debts, and unsustainable lifestyles. It's a familiar torment, one that gnaws at your insides and steals your peace. You can almost hear the whispers in your mind, a relentless chorus of shame, reminders of what you've promised yourself, what you've failed to achieve, and the dreams that feel perpetually out of reach. The sound of a card being declined shatters the silence, a gut punch of humiliation that leaves you breathless. You sit up, your head swimming through the fog of disappointment. You try to brush it off, adopting a brave face for the world. But inside, you're terrified. The looks of judgment from your peers haunt you, the barely concealed glances and the subtle barbed comments. As you scroll through social media, you see friends flaunting their vacations, homes, the lifestyle you feel you can never attain. You wonder how they can afford it while you're left grasping at the remnants of a fading financial identity. And that's where most people get it wrong. You believe you're alone in this struggle, trapped behind an invisible wall that the rest of the world seems to have effortlessly climbed. The truth is, this pain respects no boundaries. It's the insidious grip of social pressure creeping in, tightening like a vice around your neck, squeezing the breath out of you with every financial faux pas. Sleep eludes you, replaced by an insistent churn of worry and regret, stoking the fires of insomnia that leave you exhausted and defeated. You feel the weight of expectations, the family gatherings where everyone is blissfully discussing promotions, new cars, exotic travels, and you, sitting quietly, feigning interest while feeling the hot sting of inadequacy wash over you. You're caught in a whirlwind of perceived failures. You wonder, why can't I provide what seems so easy for everyone else? You resist the urge to justify your choices, but inside, you know the truth. You're succumbing to the societal shackles of debt and poverty, feeling like a mere shadow of the person you once aspired to be. Shame ignites fury within, but it swiftly morphs into apathy. You keep making excuses, postponing financial decisions, convincing yourself that the time isn't right to revamp your life. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right time to save, to invest, to break free. But deep down, that voice of self-doubt whispers deceitfully, "This is just how it is now. Accept your fate." But what if I told you that those feelings of humiliation, of despair, could be transformed into a truly powerful force? Though the path ahead is fraught with challenges, it's possible to reclaim dignity and break the chains that bind you. It requires deep honesty and a readiness to confront the truth that will lead you to financial freedom. If you identified with this hidden pain, if you feel the weight of societal expectations holding you hostage, subscribe to our channel. Together, we'll navigate these tumultuous waters and discover not only how to survive, but thrive, recovering the dignity that seemed lost forever. There's no shame in seeking a path to a brighter future. In fact, that's precisely where the journey begins. Now, let's explore the truth of the matter. You're not alone in this struggle, and one voice rises above the cacophony of doubt. Warren Buffett. He isn't just a billionaire. He's the grandfather saver who embodies everything you once believed about sound financial management. Remember, this is not just about money. It's about finding freedom from the insidious alienation that accompanies financial failure. The answer lies in perspective, a perspective rooted in patience, simplicity, and an unwavering aversion to debt. As you embark on this journey of transformation, know that many have stood where you are, paralyzed by fear, trapped in cycles of overindulgence and entitlement. But it's in facing our nightmares head-on that we uncover the necessary revelations for change. Don't shy away from acknowledging your reality. Rather, embrace it, for it will forge the steel needed for the battle ahead. Don't let the pain of today overshadow the promise of tomorrow. The tides can turn. You can reclaim your financial dignity, and in doing so, silence that relentless inner critic. It all begins with a single decision. The stakes are high, but the rewards are monumental. This can be the moment you decide to break free. You can choose to pave the way toward a future filled with financial confidence and stability. Are you ready? Embrace your fears, confront your shame, and prepare to transform this nightmare into a vivid, empowering reality. You are not beyond saving. and the journey toward recovering lost time begins now. Imagine sitting across the table from Warren Buffett, the man who has been dubbed the Oracle of Omaha and revered as one of the greatest investors of all time. But picture him not as the distant billionaire that society paints him to be. Instead, envision him as the wise grandfather you wish you had, someone who has seen it all and genuinely cares about your financial future. He doesn't care about flashy lifestyles or extravagant wealth. His philosophy is rooted in profound simplicity and unwavering patience, the very qualities that set him apart in a world nearly engulfed by chaos and noise. But what he said about debt changed everything for those willing to listen. Buffett's perspective on financial stability is refreshingly straightforward. Avoid debt as if your life depended on it. This single statement encapsulates his entire approach to finance, one built upon the premise that a life free from the shackles of debt allows for genuine freedom. In contrast to your current state, rife with social pressures and relentless comparisons to friends who seem to thrive in their financial endeavors, Buffett offers a stark and profound shift in mindset. You see, when you wake up each morning, weighed down by anxiety over unpaid bills and a tangled web of social obligations, the last thing you need is the reminder of someone's new car or their luxurious vacation posted on social media. The chaos that clouds your judgment stands in stark contrast to the tranquil, focused approach that Buffett embodies. The secret to wealth, he proclaims, is not in the frenzied pursuit of more, but in cultivating the virtue of patience and prudent choices. And that's where most people get it wrong. They chase the intoxicating allure of the newest trends, succumbing to lifestyle inflation, the insatiable desire to keep up with social status, regardless of the impact on their finances. I guarantee that a frugal lifestyle coupled with wise investments yields more peace and satisfaction than relentless spending, Buffett would tell you. Yet in your reality, the frenzy of social pressure masquerades as a comforting narrative that becomes increasingly difficult to escape. Think about this. Every time you feel the clammy grip of insecurity creep in, reminding you that you don't measure up, remember that Buffett himself experienced chaos. He didn't start as the investor we know today, but rather as a young boy delivering newspapers, learning the ropes of financial responsibility at an early age. He didn't rush headlong into debt. Now more than ever, understanding Buffett's journey becomes a powerful antidote to the chaos in your life. There is an extraordinary beauty in simplicity, the understanding that your self-worth isn't tied to your possessions or social standing. Buffett teaches us that wealth is built over time, through deliberate choices rather than impulsive decisions. Each time you resist the urge to make a hasty purchase, each time you say no to an unnecessary expense, you're reclaiming that much cherished dignity which social pressure tries to strip from you. True freedom, he would say, comes when you've mastered your expenses, not when you've flaunted your income. Reflect on this. The criteria for success looks different when viewed through Buffett's lens. He urges you to redefine success not as accumulating material goods, but as cultivating peace of mind and security. This is where the recontextualization happens. You've been caught in a whirlwind of consumerism and comparison, drifting further away from your goals. Look around. Friends are flaunting their latest gadgets, and social media is a constant reminder of what you should have. But Buffett challenges that very notion, placing emphasis on inner fulfillment rather than external validation. You might ask yourself, how can I embrace this mindset when the world around me screams otherwise? But consider this. It starts with one choice, one small step toward simplicity and reassurance that you are enough. In the face of external chaos, remain firmly anchored in your principles. Buffett's wisdom encourages you to ask questions and challenge societal norms. Will that new addition to your lifestyle truly provide satisfaction, or is it just a fleeting escape from the reality you face? That anxiety from wanting more? It's nothing but a mirage, Buffett would remind you. Strive for independence over dependence. Those words resonate, don't they? As you embrace this truth, envision a life where your self-worth isn't measured by what you own, but rather by the choices you make and the discipline you cultivate. And as you begin to adopt this perspective, you'll discover a powerful ally in patience, something Buffett has mastered. Patience is not merely waiting. It's an approach to life that allows you to weather its storms, shielded by the knowledge that financial freedom is built over time, brick by humble brick. Each moment you resist the urge to conform to reckless financial behavior is a victory on the path to reclaiming dignity and respect. So, ask yourself, can you channel that bold resolve to live simply and embrace the wisdom of the grandfather saver? Because if there's one dust-covered truth that Buffett reveals, it's that you have everything you need within you to break free from social pressures and the constraints of debt. As we move forward on this journey, let Buffett's teachings illuminate your path and help you confront the chaos that surrounds you. The antidote to confusion lies not in complicating your life, but in embracing the tenets of simplicity, patience, and financial honesty. This isn't just about money. It's about reinstating your freedom and dignity, reestablishing the control that social pressure has attempted to steal from you. So take a moment to breathe, recognize how far you've already come in acknowledging these conflicts, and let Buffett's guidance steer you toward a new horizon. After all, when you embrace his wisdom, you're not just following a financial path, you're embarking on a sacred journey toward a life free from the constraints that society imposes upon you. You are capable of so much more. Your financial renaissance begins here. You stand at the crossroads of financial instability, trapped in cycles of overindulgence and social pretense, feeling the icy grip of reality tighten around your throat. It's not just a random occurrence. It's a systematic failure rooted in deep-seated fear and societal pressure. Let's break this down, strip away the glitter, and face the cold, hard truth. Wherever you've arrived financially after 40, it's the result of choices, both good and bad. But what you must recognize now is that most of those choices have led you here, suffocated by debt, shackled by expectations, and exhausted by the weight of lifestyle creep. And that's where most people get it wrong. They refuse to acknowledge the math underlying their financial situation. Have you ever sat down and looked closely at the numbers? Interest rates rise like angry weeds, feeding on the weaker plant. The credit card debt that you convinced yourself was manageable. The median American household carries a staggering amount of debt, and the numbers accentuate a terrifying truth. Living on borrowed money is not a sustainable path. You see, the average credit card APR has been hovering around 16%, while some debts may even soar above 20%. Those may seem like small percentages, but compounded over time, they become an insatiable monster. Take a moment to digest this. What was once a $1,000 purchase on credit becomes a $1,200 nightmare because you didn't pay it off in time. If you continue down this road, combined with a growing lifestyle that demands more and more, it's easy to watch your initial debt balloon into a financial black hole. You feel it gnawing at you, undermining your confidence and sense of dignity. You think you're dealing with minor inconveniences, yet this snowball effect threatens to crush your dreams. No one is coming to save you from this fate. Only you can take the helm and steer this ship to safety. But I'm just trying to keep up, you might say. That's the social status trap speaking, the insidious whisper that drags so many down into the depths of despair. Social media flaunts an endless feed of curated lives, showcasing vacations, flashy new cars, the latest gadgets. It's like a never-ending parade of what you should have, laced with a virulent strain of envy. You become convinced that to be accepted, to be seen as successful, you must partake in this illusion. This is the erosion of self-worth leading to social pressure. You give in to spending, compromising your future for a fleeting moment of validation. Each time you click purchase on that app or sign off on a loan you know deep down you can't afford, it's a betrayal of everything you stand for. You've been led to believe that your self-esteem must be intertwined with the size of your home or the model of your car. But here's the hard truth. Most of those people are just as lost as you are, struggling beneath the weight of their own financial choices, yet clinging to the facade of success. Behind closed doors, they may be grappling with the same crippling insecurities that keep you awake at night. And that's where most people get it wrong. You might think you are saving face, but in reality, you are widening the chasm between your current reality and the future you desire. No path forward will be laid bare unless you confront these truths. You must step back, reflect, and ask the hard questions. Are you willing to relinquish your financial dignity merely for a superficial status? Is the admiration of acquaintances worth your freedom? You see, each indiscriminate purchase erodes the very fabric of your security. Lifestyle creep is a subtle thief that robs you blind. With your first pay raise, did you treat yourself to the next level of extravagance instead of squaring away your financial house? If so, you fell victim to lifestyle inflation, allowing your expenses to rise hand in hand with your income, trapping you in an endless cycle of working just to maintain a facade. You tell yourself, I deserve it. But the quiet truth whispers back, is it worth sacrificing your future for momentary comfort? As you watch your peers casting their nets wide for the latest trends and material possessions, it's crucial to remain anchored in the principles that feed financial security. No one is coming to save you. You must take that first step toward reassessing your situation with brutal honesty. Start looking at your financial statements and categorize your expenditures. Where are you spending frivolously? What sacrifices can you make that won't compromise your well-being? This anxiety respects no borders. Write in the comments which city or country you are watching from. Whether you live in a metropolitan hub or a quiet town, these challenges are universal. You aren't isolated in this. Many share your plight, yet acknowledging your current circumstance is only the beginning. Except that every day you postpone addressing these issues, you are subjecting yourself to a deepening cycle of embarrassment and detriment. Allowing shame to fester does not diminish your circumstances, but compounds them, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't let the fear of judgment from others dictate your financial decisions. Instead, let your aspiration for dignity and authenticity steer your ship. The truth is, you've been handed the reins to your life. It's your responsibility to face these hard figures, dismiss the superficial demands of social life, and rediscover your financial freedom. Only you can wield the power needed to obliterate the pressures stifling your opportunities. Get ready to make the changes necessary to reclaim your dignity and respect, because that, my friends, is where the journey begins. Taking a stand now is crucial. Don't permit others' opinions to dictate your life. Embrace the tough love given here as an invitation to reclaim your financial legacy. Let the fire of that realization propel you toward action. No one is coming to save you, but you are profoundly equipped to save yourself. Your past does not define you, and today is where your rebirth begins. Let's cut to the chase. You've stood on the edge of the abyss, staring into a chasm filled with debt, societal pressures, and self-doubt. It's a grim place to be, but the good news? You have the power to turn this around. It's time to implement my battle plan, a tactical solution designed to liberate you from this prison of financial chaos and social expectation. Brace yourself for the core pillars that will not only reshape your relationship with money, but empower you to confront the inner and outer critics with dignity and strength. Pillar 1. The Dignity Fund. Imagine a world where you wake up each morning not trembling under the weight of your financial obligations, but feeling the exhilarating freedom of self-sufficiency. This isn't just a dream, it's your new reality if you commit to establishing a dignity fund. But what exactly is it? It's your safety net, your buffer against unexpected expenses, and your safeguard against the toxic allure of debt. Action step number 1. Start small but commit. To kickstart your dignity fund, aim to put aside $25 to $50 each week. Yes, I know, it feels painfully insubstantial in the grand scheme of things, but let me be clear. It's the intention and discipline that matter. Automate this transfer to a savings account separate from your checking. By doing so, you'll resist the quick temptation to dip into these funds for those emergent Starbucks runs or impulse buys. Remind yourself, every dollar saved is a step closer to reclaiming your dignity. It's not merely about accumulating cash, it's about establishing a powerful habitual practice that resets your mindset. Listening to that inner voice of despair, let it know you are taking back control $1 at a time. Pillar 2. The No Debt Pact. This is the moment you draw the line in the sand. No more living in the illusion that debt is a necessary evil. Debt is a chain that suffocates your financial potential. It's time to adopt a no debt pact as a non-negotiable commandment. Action. Step number 2. Sell the car. I can already hear the objections, but let's be real. What emotional weight does that car carry besides status? It's dragging you down. If your vehicle payments, maintenance costs, and insurance are stretching your budget razor thin, it's time to reconsider your wheels. Selling that car might sting, but here's the critical part. Right-size your transportation. Consider an inexpensive used vehicle, or even public transportation if it suits your lifestyle. And yes, the gazes of jealousy from friends may sting, but remember, freedom is worth more than appearances. When you eliminate car payments from your life, think of the financial dignity that comes flooding back in. That's less debt draining your resources, less stress weighing on your shoulders. Pillar 3. The compounding interest rule. Compounding interest is a simple concept, but don't let that simplicity deceive you. It's an incredibly powerful tool if wielded correctly. The sooner you embrace this principle, the stronger your financial position will become. Action. Step number 3. Open a high-interest savings account. Take those funds from your Dignity Fund and place them where they can grow with interest. Not all financial institutions are created equal, so focus on finding one that offers high yields, not just the ones that round down to zero every month. Action. Step number 4. Set up automatic investments. Allocate a portion of your Dignity Fund and any additional savings toward reviewing low-cost index funds or ETFs. Understand that this may require research, but the reward of watching your money compound is significant. Don't just save. Invest to break the cycle of financial dependence. And I know what you're thinking. Investing seems risky. But here's the reality. It's riskier to allow inflation to erode your savings without taking calculated steps to grow them. Start small and grow your investment over time. Your commitment today will yield fruits for tomorrow. Pillar 4. The lifestyle audit. Last but certainly not least, we can't talk about regaining dignity without addressing lifestyle inflation. Performing a lifestyle audit will unveil those areas where you are unconsciously draining precious resources. Action. Step number 5. Cut the card. This isn't merely about cutting up your credit cards. It's about sowing the seeds of mindfulness into your spending habits. Begin by scrutinizing your monthly subscriptions and expenses. Are you truly using that gym membership? Could you survive with fewer streaming services? Action. Step number 6. Implement a 30-day rule for purchases. Before buying anything that costs more than $50, impose a 30-day waiting period. This act alone will empower you to lessen impulse spending, distinguish between needs and wants, and help clarify if you really want that item or if societal pressure is whispering deceitfully in your ear. The secret behind this lifestyle audit is reclaiming autonomy over your financial choices. When you break down every expense and evaluate its significance in your life, you'll start to recognize true values, those that promote inner peace rather than external validation. And that's where most people get it wrong. They float through life, spending unconsciously and forever tethered to others' opinions, never pausing to ask themselves what truly matters. In closing, embarking on this battle plan to regain your dignity is not for the faint of heart. It requires sacrifice, introspection, and a steadfast commitment to confronting the status quo. Yet every grit and tear shed along the way will be worth the liberated moments you find ahead, where financial stress transforms into peace, envy becomes inspiration, and shame finally dissolves into self-affirmation. Now, take a deep breath. Review these pillars, absorb them, and feel the weight of possibility behind every action you can take. Each step you choose to implement will make a profound difference in your life and the lives you touch. You have everything you need within you to tear down the societal walls holding you captive. Your dignified financial future is no longer just a voice in the distance. It's here, waiting for you to seize it, one commandment at a time. The journey toward financial dignity is paved with numerous obstacles, not least of which is the relentless pressure of societal expectations. As you embark on this transformative path that Warren Buffett has illuminated, it's imperative to build an armor against the outside world's incessant envy and judgment. You see, the nagging envy from neighbors, the insidious whispers of your social circle, and the unyielding need to keep up can feel all-consuming, like a dark cloud hovering overhead. And that's where most people get it wrong. They assume that freedom from debt is the end goal, never realizing that the emotional battles tied to social pressure are equally crucial. You are not fighting just against your financial chains. You are also battling perceptions, envy, and the relentless tide of opinions that threaten to drown your progress. How do you deal with this? First, it's about acknowledging the reality of your situation. That pressure is real, but it does not own you. Society's expectations do not define your worth or your accomplishments. They merely serve as distractions trying to steer you off course. The true measure of success lies not in the cars you drive or the vacations you take, but in the peace you cultivate within. Picture yourself coming home one evening in 2026, after 5 years of diligent effort to reclaim your financial and emotional dignity. The air feels lighter, less burdened by anxiety, You look around your home, and rather than being consumed by thoughts of what your neighbors might think, you feel an overwhelming sense of pride. You have chosen simplicity over excess, and that choice has reshaped your reality. Imagine standing in your kitchen, preparing a meal filled with nourishing ingredients you deliberately selected from the local market, free from impulse buys and frugal temptations. You aren't just cooking. You're creating a sanctuary of abundance built not on flashy possessions, but on mindfulness and respect for the resources you've reclaimed. The secret that follows is this. When you respond to social pressure with empowered choices, those external pressures begin to lose their hold on you. Instead of feeling diminished by the flashy cars in the driveway next door or the glamorous vacations filled with Instagram-ready moments, you are free to foster gratitude for your own journey. You learn to appreciate the simpler, quieter moments in life, the book you're reading, the conversations around your dinner table, the laughter shared with loved ones. But how do you stifle the whispers of your neighbors? You adopt a mindset steeped in consciousness, where extravagant purchases become background noise against the vibrant life you are sculpting. Surround yourself with affirmations that reinforce your decisions. A simple phrase like, "My worth is not defined by what I own," can be utterly transformational. Each time those should-have purchases creep into your mind, remind yourself, "I am thriving in my peace." This is not about deprivation. This is a renaissance of self-respect and a liberation from societal norms that strive to bind you. And that's where most people get it wrong. They let envy fester, allowing the needs and desires of others to hijack their aspirations. Social pressure is a thief, robbing you of your progress and shifting your focus from personal growth to comparison. Understand this. Every time you feel that sting of envy, it's an opportunity to layer upon your mental armor. Ask yourself, what am I really envious of? Often, the answer isn't about the object, the car, the vacation, but instead reflects an unfulfilled desire for freedom, stability, or self-acceptance. As your clarity grows, so too does your vision for 2026. Fast forward to that moment again, but let's delve deeper into your future. You're not just escaping the confinements of financial chaos, but also uncovering authentic joy. According to Warren Buffett, the journey is about understanding that the happiest people do not have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. And here you are, living proof of that principle. Your mornings are filled with purpose, perhaps revising your financial goals alongside your newfound love for yoga or gardening. When you wake, there's no panic over bills that have to be paid. Instead, there's a tranquility in the knowledge that each passing day is invested in a life built on conscious choices. Picture gathering with family and friends, sharing meals and laughter in a home that reflects who you genuinely are, free from the burden of debt and social anxiety. This is your life free from envy. You've equipped yourself with the necessary tools to dismantle the pillars of judgment that once loomed over you. And guess what? Those neighbors you once saw as benchmarks of success are now simply reflections of the past. Not indices against which you measure your worth, but opportunities to embrace compassion and understand that their lives are likely more complicated than they appear. The steps you take today, setting that dignity fund, cutting out unnecessary expenses, rejecting lifestyle inflation, are investment strategies into a future teeming with choices. And that's where most people get it wrong. They can't see beyond the horizon, the very horizon where true freedom lies. Imagine walking with confidence into a bank, knowing that your name stands as a pillar of financial dignity and empowerment. You've cultivated wealth, not in terms of mere money, but in emotional strength and independence. 20 seconds of vulnerability to decree, "I don't need to impress." Let that feeling wash over you as you stare into the mirror. You are strong enough to defy fleeting social norms and genuine enough to find joy in the simplicity of life. With the clutter of societal expectations stripped away, your sense of self becomes clearer and sharper. You learn how to navigate gatherings without that pang of inadequacy bubbling beneath the surface. Instead of trying to one-up your friends with extravagant anecdotes or possessions, you listen generously, sharing stories of resilience and determination instead of material success. In this newly minted life, every achievement feels like a celebration of hard work and deliberate decision-making, a step toward a secure foundation rather than a pursuit of vain admiration. As envy recedes, replenished by gratitude for your newfound freedom, 2026 becomes a tapestry of memories, experiences, and a sense of community rather than competition. So let me pose this question. Can you envision that lifestyle where you wear your dignity as armor against the hideous touch of social pressure? Embrace it. Seek not the envy of others, but the tranquility that follows prioritizing yourself and your journey. You hold the reins. Stop looking to the left or the right and focus ahead. Will you emerge as the financial phoenix needing only the flame of determination? Because it's your life that matters, and only you can cultivate the garden of peace that flourishes beyond societal expectations. Here's to your journey, to building the mental pivot that will guard you against the distractions of envy and propel you confidently toward a future filled with emotional and financial abundance. Remarkable progress awaits if you choose to embrace it. Welcome to 2026, where your peace reigns supreme. You stand at the edge of a precipice, filled with the weight of the journey you've embarked upon. The chaos of financial distress and the lurking specter of societal pressure have threatened to suffocate you, but now you feel it within your grasp. The knowledge of what's needed to reclaim your dignity. It's integral to recognize that you hold the power within you to change your path. And that's where most people get it wrong. They fail to believe that transformation is possible. They remain paralyzed by fear, held hostage by the insistence that societal expectations define their worth. But let me be absolutely clear. You are so much more than the judgment of others. You are defined by the choices you make today and the resolute steps you take toward financial and emotional freedom. Now, before you venture back into the noise of the world, let's pause. Take a moment to recognize the very essence of what it means to embody a life free from the chains of debt and the pressures of conformity. Your time is valuable. It is the single most precious asset you possess. And today, you've chosen to invest part of that asset, your attention, in learning the wisdom necessary to escape the clutches of social pressure. This is a profound choice, one that distinguishes you from the countless others who choose to remain shackled by expectations, tied to a life lived in search of validation and approval from those who do not have your best interests at heart. So, let's acknowledge the importance of every moment you've spent absorbing this knowledge. You've moved through the waves of shame, addressed the brutal realities of your circumstances, and unraveled the insidious grip of societal expectations. You've taken that first bold step toward building your dignity fund, exercising the no-debt pact, and conducting a lifestyle audit. But it doesn't stop there. It is now your mission and responsibility to act upon that knowledge, to break free of old habits and forge a new identity that aligns with the values you wish to uphold. You must honor this newfound path with unwavering commitment. But let me be clear. Progress is neither linear nor without its hurdles. You will encounter moments of doubt. The whispers of envy may return to haunt you, and you may find yourself questioning the validity of your choices. This is where the mental pivot becomes critical. It's about recognizing that social pressure isn't an external force to be reckoned with. Rather, it's an internal struggle that must be resolved within you. Remember, with every choice you make toward simplicity and authenticity, you lay the groundwork for the future you desire. The journey will undoubtedly require resilience, and there will be setbacks. But each setback is an opportunity for growth. Lean into that notion, fortifying your spirit as you confront adversity with courage and resolve. The stakes are high, but the rewards are high as well. You are reclaiming your life's narrative, shaping it according to the vision that truly resonates with you. A life marked not by judgment and comparison, but by autonomy and fulfillment. A life where you can stand next to your neighbors, not as a competitor but as a fellow traveler on the same journey toward wisdom. As you step away from this moment today, take with you the authority of your choices. Understand that the journey toward financial dignity is about more than avoiding debt or reducing spending. It's about cultivating a mindset of resilience and self-acceptance. Embrace the fact that you are enough. Your worth is inherent, independent of possessions or external validation. So, with respectful gratitude, I thank you for your time today. You have invested your most precious asset well, and what you take away from this experience will be the compass guiding you toward your true north, your financial freedom. Reflect on that. As you move forward, carry these words from Warren Buffett as a cornerstone of your journey. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. This profound understanding is key. Do not become ensnared by the price tags that society assigns to superficial success. Instead, seek value. value in your choices, in your freedom, and in your dignity. May you embark on this journey with determination and an unshakable belief in your capacity to change your narrative. The time for rebirth is now. Fade to black.